What's up, everybody, and welcome to the FPL WildCats Live. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully you are all in the Halloween spirit, because we have everyone dressed up for you tonight. So before we do the big reveal of everyone else, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will pass over to Nim, who will introduce all our other characters. Take it away, Nim. Okay. Nim might have muted herself. But they can hear everyone else. How have I even done that? That's not even possible. One second, people. You can't even see my concentration face, so that's good.
I was going to say,
now.
Hello, can you
Can
hear
everyone
me?
hear everyone now?
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, take a few seconds.
I'll wait.
Ah, well, me's fine, because I'm the highest ranked, it's all good. So, just listen to my advice.
This is funny.
Right, I'm looking for some feedback in the chat, and we'll
Oh, I think you can.
Yes, they hear
Cool.
me. They hear me. Okay.
Sorry, guys, I'll mute her again. Apologies.
I nearly did a naughty thing then.
So, Nim, do you want to introduce Rey again? Because I don't think they heard it the first time.
Okay, yeah, thanks,
hide
Jay.
everyone again.
Okay, hide everybody again. Look, he just had one job to do, people. Trick or treat,
Just
and
one
he managed
job.
to trick
That's it,
us.
I'm going. You think it's one job?
One mahoosive job. One mahoosive job. Okay, thanks, Jay, and welcome everyone to the stream. Eventually, we're joined tonight by Rey, the Grim Reaper Quraishi. Hey, Rey, how you doing, buddy?
Very good. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
Yeah, long-standing fan of the show and unofficial Wildcat member. You've probably heard a question or 10 from him each week. So how are you getting on and loving the outfit, buddy?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, very well. I think with my game week, I think the Grim Reaper outfit is accurate. So looking forward to sharing my woes with everyone.
I love it. And of course, we have Curtio with us. Hey, Kurt, loving the outfit, bud? Or
Thank you very much.
how,
Lack of.
you know, either way, I'm loving the effort and loving the effort.
People
I've
have
got
said
blue
out
shirt
of all
on
the
as well,
Pokemon,
so-
you picked Marill.
Marill is one of the best Pokemon. I won't fight anyone. I will obliterate anyone that disagrees with me.
I quite like Eevee myself, but you know, I'm not gonna quarrel. I'm not gonna quarrel. Obviously, we have Jay on the tech doing a good job there behind the mask, Mr. J and
You
O of
can't say that
FPL
after
today.
I've messed up.
Shh, it's good. I was gonna cut that bit. I was gonna cut that bit.
We're live. You can't cut live. It's all
And,
right. Only 44 people saw it. It's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. And of course, we have FPL TV with us. We have Brett. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I'm doing good, thanks, Nim.
No worries. Now, if you're loving Brett's outfit, there is more to come. So for every 5 likes we get, Brett is going to change his outfit. So every time we go up 5 likes in this stream, Brett is going to change his outfit. So get on that, people. Get on that. Actually, I think we've gone up since the start now, Brett.
He's got to change his outfit twice.
Got to change it already, have I?
You've got to change it already. Let's see the next one. Let's see the next
You should have started on something really shocking.
I quite like this one. Right, let's go to this one then. How's that?
Oh, that's good. I like that one.
That is
good. I think the one dislike was from Nuclear Atom saying Marill is such a weak Pokemon, and that's the one dislike we got. I think.
Don't tell Kurt
way.
that.
Jay,
Nuclear Atoms, you can talk in 5 minutes.
Awesome. Love it. Okay, so our queue.
Just jumped 6 likes.
Wow. Already? That was quick. I think that means you have to change again, Brett. Okay. We love you. Yeah, already. I mean, people are loving it. They're loving it.
We've got 18 right now.
Hopefully you've got a lot of different filters.
There's quite a few here. Let's
That's
try.
okay,
I'm trying to pick a good one. This one's pretty good.
Hopefully this was worth the wait, people.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're enjoying it. Love this one.
Best one. Yeah, love it.
Awesome. Okay, RQ. Would you like to gather those schools together and tell us how you got on in game week 6, please, my friend?
RQ, so it's me, yeah?
Yeah, that's you, buddy.
So not a great week. Had 36 points, probably the lowest I've ever had in FPL. I really banked on my triple Liverpool. Thought Trent and Robbo would get me a clean sheet whilst captaining Salah. And unfortunately, it didn't work out at all. McCarthy and Son are the only players that hauled for me. Calvert-Lewin got 1. Mitrovic, I just can't stand him anymore, so I couldn't wait to get him out.
Yeah.
Last season, I missed out on Pookie because I really thought, you know what, let me go for Pookie, and I kind of backed out. And this year I thought, no, I'm going to go with Mitrovic. And a couple of weeks ago when he missed a penalty and missed a hatful of chances, I think, against Sheffield United, I've never been so angry in a non-Arsenal game in my life. And I just thought, you know what, just bite the bullet. I had all kinds of names instead of Vitch, beginning with B. And I thought, no, just get him out.
Who have you got in for him, Ray?
So I took out Mitro and TAA and bought the very boring Cody and Harry Kane.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
And we'll captain Kane as well. So I think he'll haul against Brighton.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, I've still got Mitrovic as well at the moment. And it's frustrating because his underlying stats are so good. You know, he's getting so many chances. He's shooting so much. His XG is right up there, you know, amongst the best underlying stats. But he's just not doing the business, is he? And I'm giving him one more game. I'm giving him West Brom. And then he'll be, if he blanks in that one, he'll be gone.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Kurt, would you like to tell us how you got on, please, bud?
I was going to say not really before the start of the stream, but the fact I got 21 points more than Ray makes me feel a bit better. No offense, obviously. I got 57 points.
No offense, but all offense taken.
Kurt never offends anyone.
No, of course not.
I did try, but Amazon didn't have any Kim Jong-un mask, by the way. So this would have been demonetized for certain reasons. But anyway, yeah, a bit of a disaster week. Saved by the fact I gave my faith to Son.
Yeah,
everyone was saying Salah this, Salah that. We're getting, and Liverpool just do not. And again, we'll get onto it at some point, but they're not the same team. I took faith in Son. I believe I said it in last stream, saying that he got me through the previous couple of weeks. So I've got to give faith to him again. And once again, he's hauled 8 goals, 2 assists in the first 6 games, with 2 clean sheet points in the last 2 games as well. Somehow, because he came off at the 79th minute in the West Ham game. I just realised that. That's phenomenal. That is genuinely phenomenal. Considering this is the Spurs team, this is the 5 games after they lost 1-0 in a dismal performance at home to Everton. We're thinking, here we go, same old Jose again. Son and Kane have lit it up. And I'll tell you what, although I don't like jumping on too many trends, I'm glad I got into this one early enough, because these two, although be it Son 56.8% ownership, Kane's on 41.6%, they're not exactly differentials, but sort of players that they're just hauling and consistently keeping me up there. So Captain Son looks pretty good, but the week started off shockingly. Villa losing now unbeaten 1-3-0. Grealish not doing anything. It's all right, I can deal with that. Digne getting sent off.
What made you captain Son over Kane?
Because Son had got done me right the last few weeks I've had him. So I thought, I'm just going to give faith to him. And also the fact that I just think with the way things are going at the moment, I think Son looks a better asset than Kane. Kane's playing really well. He's probably playing overall game better than Son. But for the moment, I genuinely think that Kane is sort of sitting back and allowing himself to sort of drop deeper, sort of a deeper lying forward. And the players like Lucas Moura, like Son, like Bale if he's on, are charging forwards, and they're producing so many problems because of that. And as well, if Kane fancies it, he can go forward and latch onto a few like he did against West Ham. But at the moment, Son is
he's taken that false 9 kind of Firmino role, but doing it better for me. So he's actually acting as the spear of a diamond, if you like, in midfield, and then Moura and Son can kind of cut in as the strikers, a bit like what Liverpool do. But Kane has that end product at the end as well. So fully
exactly.
agree with you. Yeah,
exactly. And the Son's done. He's got 8 goals in 2, or he had 7 goals and 2 assists in the first 5 game weeks, including a shocking first game week when no one got anything for Spurs, and he played 45 minutes against Newcastle. So effectively, discounting those 2 games, he's got 2 goals per game on average. He's doing phenomenally. And without him, I'm looking at a 2 points for Kilman. I'm looking at Ayling on the bench. The only other player that actually got any points, besides that sort of 6 and 5, was Ings on 10 with a double assist, a couple of bonus points. Digne -2, he's already gone. I've brought in some 3.9 million defender called Brathwaite and got Mendy out in my midfield for Zaha. So I'm going complete top heavy now. I'm going
another hit.
People laughed.
He's just hitting for
People
fun,
laughed when I said I was probably going to make like 25 hits. But I'm genuinely going to make around 25 transfers that are above the free one. Because it's risky, but I've played it safe the last few years and it's not gone well for me. So my theory is, if I take a risk here, get rid of someone who's suspended for 3 games, take a -4, get Zaha in, Zaha gets a hat-trick, I'm rubbing my hands. If it doesn't pull off, thinking, oh well, on to the next risk. One of them's got to work off. It's something, this law of averages, eventually one's going to work in my favour, and hopefully you can have a chain reaction. But yeah, so it's all in all, it's a pretty shambolic game week up until that Spurs game, which was the very last game. That is the only thing that saved me. So, nothing really too much to write home about, but Son has saved the day again.
No, that's decent in the end. 53 in the context of the game week is actually solid. And I did see that. I saw you were having a bad game week, and then when I saw you captain Son, I thought, fair play, you've pulled that back. So you turned it around there.
Yeah, well done, buddy. Okay, Brett, I do believe you're due another costume change, my friend. We're up to 20 likes now.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for the likes, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate that. And we'll go to Jay while... I was going to do the big reveal afterwards, but we'll go to Jay to see how he got on next.
So yeah, I didn't have as good a game week as some of the others here. I got 40 points, with only Sice managing to get anything until Monday, when I did have, of course, Kane and Son who did return. I didn't captain Son because I think Salah was still a good captaincy choice. He still had that attacking underlying threat, just he didn't do as well as Son did. To be fair, Burnley looked good defensively, so I think there was a little bit of fortune there, if I'm honest, that Son did return at the end there. But still, well done. I'm not bitter about it at all.
I'm bitter.
He sounds it.
I actually quite like my team, apart from a few players, so I'm not too fussed with one bad game week. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who was going to blank at some point, and I think Southampton were really good in that game, and that's why Everton was stifled. I think, again, Aston Villa actually didn't have like really bad underlying stats against Leeds. Grealish could have had a goal quite easily, so I'm not too disappointed in a lot of my players, but I think the one that really stood out to me was Lamptey. They were against West Brom, and they didn't get a clean sheet. They didn't even look that good attacking, but then, of course, Lamptey did have that assist chalked off, which was very disappointing. But yeah, we move on. I'm not going to worry about it too much, and I'm probably going to carry over my transfer because I think I might need 2 transfers in a couple of game weeks.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Sorry if I have a question. Will you look to play Podence next week as well?
Who's he?
Newcastle.
Yeah, he probably won't go. I'll probably be playing him, yeah.
Cool.
Because I think he will return eventually. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm
Halloween
hoping that
miracle.
too. Especially now it's seen as Mitchell apparently picked up a bit of a knock, and I was going to play him this week, so it looks like I'll have to play Lamptey now. More about that in a minute. Over to you, Brett, and your special effects. People are loving it.
Cool. Okay. Hey, guys. Yeah, I mean, like I said for Kurt's week, in the context of the game week, 56 was actually a really good score. I can't complain at all with that. You know, I saw that people were struggling this week. And I do feel I got away with it a little bit. I was a little bit fortunate because, I mean, a couple of points came from places I didn't expect them to, I guess. Foden was benched. And that was a worry to begin, and he came on and scored. So a little bit fortunate there. Though in the last stream, I did say that Foden's stats coming off the bench was actually really good. He's actually made an impact quite a lot, I think, in the Champions League as well. He can be effective off the bench, which is nice. James Justin, away to Arsenal. I didn't plan on playing him. I was going to play... I think Charlie Taylor initially. But just looking at Arsenal, you know, we are a bit toothless at the moment. Aubameyang's not scoring, Lacazette's not scoring. I thought, you know what, Justin away to Arsenal, they could get a clean sheet there. And they did, you know, it was a bit fortunate, but a nice couple of points gained there from not playing Taylor instead. So, yeah, elsewhere, I mean, the 50-50 I had last week, I wanted to get Kane, and I had to sell either Werner or Jimenez last week. A lot of talk about Jimenez, you know, Wolves not great going forward, which I agree. They're not really passing the eye test. But I looked at Jimenez's fixtures and I just thought, I can't sell him before Newcastle at home and Palace at home and Southampton at home. And he ticks along. You know, he always finds a way to do the business. When he does score, he picks up bonus as well. So I was finally on the right side of a coin flip for a change. You know, I weighed that up all week and I thought, whichever one I'm going to sell, Werner Jimenez is going to be wrong. Fortunately, I sold Werner. He blanked. Got Kane's assist, so a couple of points gained. And I got the Jimenez 9-pointer as well. So really happy with that. The disappointments, I guess, was, Mitrovic still blanking. Harvey Barnes, 4 blanks in a row for him. Haven't had a chance to change him yet. And Mo Salah obviously blanking as captain. You know, he had an offside goal. Trent as well, almost scored a free kick. Assist ruled out, so a bit unlucky there. But yeah, it's 400,000 places gained. You know, I'm still in the trenches at 2.4 million. It's still a terrible position. But 2 game weeks ago, I was at 3.3 million. So it's almost 1 million places in 2 weeks. And it's progress, you know. Hopefully I can keep up this momentum now. And,
And what transfers have you made, buddy, if any?
I haven't made any yet. This season, I've been waiting till the last, Friday or Saturday, really. Friday with the deadlines. Just with the European games, the injuries, the whole self-isolation thing as well. So I think I'm either going to get rid of Barnes, but I might give him one more week against Leeds, who still are conceding chances. I might keep Barnes. He was rested tonight, so I might keep him. The other transfer is Ben Davis, who actually started against Burnley, kept a clean sheet, but he's still a rotation risk. I might move him to Ben Chilwell. That's probably the move I'm going to make, especially with Mitchell being a doubt now as well. So yeah, it's Grealish and sorry, my mind's gone blank. And Chilwell, sorry.
Chilwell.
Grealish and Chilwell, the two players on my sort of radar for this weekend.
Yeah, fair, cool. Okay, well, it's time for another costume change, but don't do it just yet. We'll go to me, and then when it comes back to us four. So if you want to change while I'm chatting, then we'll get the reveal when I come back. Wow,
the likes are flying in. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, every 5 likes, peeps, we'll get Brett to change his costume. So, talking of frightening, my team looked like it should have 100 points this week. Instead, it was dead disappointing. 47 points for me, so 43 overall with the -4. Sace was my only defender to return anything with 7 points from his clean sheet. In midfield, Rodriguez was the letdown as the player who was brought in as part of my hit with Kane. Salah was a captaincy blank, so just the 4 points from him. My vice captain doing me proud yet again. I am gonna have to start a series, aren't I, called the vice captain series or something along those lines, because obviously, it's just they always do better. So Son, my shining light, with 11 points, and he really doesn't have many goals left to pay me back now before I can technically move him out of my team. Moving forward, Kane was the second player brought in for that J-Rod transfer, and he did get the assist. So it didn't hurt and it didn't help, really. It just kind of paid off that move. Nothing really else to say about that. Ings got me the 10 points, the 2 assists, so absolutely happy days. You know what? It was good. I was 1 point less than the average, but unfortunately, it was still a blood-curdling red arrow. So, that's kind of where I'm at. That was my team in a nutshell. So, Brett has his reveal now. I'm loving that one in particular, mate. I think it just suits you perfectly.
I mean this in the nicest way, but I kind of feel I look like you, Nim, now, like with your costume. We kind of look the same.
I think, yeah, Day of the Dead,
it's
Bride,
It's not too dissimilar.
Not too dissimilar, isn't it? If Ray puts his netting on as well, I think we'll all be there.
Yeah, we're all quite matching. We've got Jay with the hood as well.
Yeah, Kurt's got his yeah, that works. We're all good now. We're all good.
Most haunting thing for FPL, the down arrow.
The red arrow, yeah, that's pretty scary.
Yeah,
to be fair,
that is the scariest thing in Halloween for sure. Yeah,
for sure. Okay then. No transfers as of yet for me. Obviously, gonna see about J-Rod. He has hurt his Gingang Goolies.
I thought we should talk about his Gingang Goolies on the internet.
Sorry.
Dog's dangly bits.
Yeah. I don't know what he's been doing to be hurting himself like
that. Does Aguero know you're thinking about James Rodriguez?
He's in self-isolation, It can be a lonely time.
Are you speaking from experience there, Brett? Moving on swiftly.
Move on. Needless to say, let's move on.
Needless to say, we're all dead now.
We actually are.
We are indeed. Yeah, so he's a possible transfer. Obviously, this whole Salah thing, but yeah, I haven't made any moves yet. The Mitchell one is a worry because I don't really have any cash in the bank to switch him to. So yeah. Okay, moving on to our first question from social media. Guys, we will do a quickfire after this, so please do get those quickfire questions in the chat. Really appreciated. We have another 3 likes before Brett looks less like me and changes the costume to somebody else again. So moving on to those social media questions. @MigTavius says, Which differential will provide managers with FPL treats this game week, and which highly owned asset will leave nothing but tricks? So, Ray, what do you think? Who's going to treat us and who's going to trick us this week?
Oh, well, Kevin De Bruyne, I believe, is about 15% owned, if memory serves me right. So
absolutely
I think,
crazy.
Yeah, just loads of people shifting him out. I kept him in just in case he came on, which he did. So I could really see him being an integral part this weekend. And if Man City are to get anything out, I think he'll just be in the middle of every bit of creativity they have.
Yeah.
In regards to the reverse, I have a sneaky feeling Mo Salah might not return that well this week, especially with West Ham kind of playing 3-4-3 at the moment. And I'm hoping Nim captains him, because then I think Kane will haul.
I didn't say I was vice captain in Kane, just so you know.
So I
might make it J-Rod with his Gingang Goody Goodies.
The likes of Fornals, Masuaku and Cresswell, I think West Ham, dare I say, look pretty solid up the left. And I think they'll do a good job supporting the defence and trying to stifle Salah. That's my thoughts.
Cool. For myself, I've put a treat on Sterling, possibly. So a bit of the same vibe as RQ over there, you know, thinking maybe City will do well. I was on General G's channel earlier, and you know, Sterling was my kind of pick of the week, so I think he could do well. And Werner also, I just feel like maybe he's caught his form now, and a lot of people will have got off, obviously, so I think he could be one. Trick, I've put probably the Grizzly Grealish, as he's done nothing for me since I got him in, so I'm not exactly expecting very much else, to be honest. But Jay, what do you think? The trick or treat for this week, buddy?
Well, I think it's finally time for Trent to return for those of us that have held him for ages. Because he looked good in the Champions League. He could have had 2 assists. I'm not hopeful for a clean sheet, but that would be nice. But I just think it's about time he starts returning. And he's got the underlying stats still. Robertson does probably still look better, but I think Trent could be the one that treats us. As far as Trick, I'm not feeling Man City yet. So I think, unfortunately, for those that still have Man City options, Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, I don't see many points coming from there just yet. I'm still waiting for them to find their form. So I wouldn't be too keen on any Man City.
No clean sheets yet for Sheffield United. Not one.
Yeah, but knowing Man City, Ruben Dias will score.
Ooh. Yeah, probably. Well, what about you, Brett? Your tricks and treats.
Yeah.
My gorgeous looking friend over there.
Thank you kindly. I think maybe a treat as a low-owned player could be Rashford, maybe after his hat-trick yesterday.
Yeah, nice.
Obviously rested as well and came off the bench and got a hat-trick. At home to Arsenal this week. You know, it's not an easy fixture, but yeah, I mean, United have just started to turn a bit of a tide at the moment. Their form is turning, you know.
Yeah, agreed.
I know they weren't great against Chelsea, but I think Chelsea went into that game to frustrate a bit more. They were less open than they normally are. And yeah, I mean, they've got good wins in the Champions League. They, you know, stuffed Leipzig. They beat PSG recently. So they are turning a corner, I think. And Rashford just looks to be in form. So I think he could be the treat for sure. 2 goals, 2 assists already is not too bad. And, you know, 7% ownership is pretty good. So Rashford's someone on my radar for sure. You know, I can't get him this week, but I think from game week 9, I think they have West Brom. That would be a nice fixture to have him for sure. So yeah, I'm going to just go Rashford as a bit of a differential treat. And maybe my own pessimism towards Arsenal, maybe.
Yeah. Although we are winning tonight. 3 Gooners on the panel. We're winning.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different kettle of fish, the opponents.
Yeah, but we haven't put the big guns out. It was Willock, Pepe, and then Nketiah ringing on.
Maybe you should play those players in the league.
Is Pepe not a big gun? It costs us 75 mil.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, and yeah,
75
yeah.
mil for a B team player, you know.
I know.
Worry about it.
It's just painful. That is a Halloween nightmare.
Okay,
Okay, as for Trick, I'm hoping it'll be Calvert-Lewin. You know, he's 56% owned. No Digne for the next game week. No Richarlison. And potentially, I hope no James Rodriguez, who is pivotal. If James plays, then of course Calvert-Lewin will have chances. But if he misses out, I'll be very optimistic because I still don't have Calvert-Lewin, which is always painful. I was very happy to see him blank last week, and with his ownership, I really hope he blanks again. It is Newcastle, which is a nice fixture, but I'm hoping he'll be the Trick. I'm not saying he will be, but that's certainly my hope.
Yeah, I kind of need the opposite to both of those things.
I think a lot depends on how Newcastle shape themselves, because when the Saint is played as number 10, I think Newcastle are a completely different outlet. But if Steve Bruce is going to play the Joe Linton on the left and Hendricks on the right, then, or St. Maximin kind of just stifled on the wing or something like that, I think Everton will dominate. But if Newcastle really go for it, like they did against Burnley, then I definitely feel like the service to Calvert-Lewin will be restricted, Brett. So I agree with you.
Cheers, man. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no Coleman either. That's also a big miss. I think he might be out too. You know, it's the distribution's not there for Calvert-Lewin. Hopefully, the good crosses. That's what I'm hoping anyway.
Yeah, I think you. I'm a bit concerned about owning 2 Everton this week, to be fair. So I think you guys might be right on that one. Yeah, I mean, I hope not, but yeah. And it's time for you for another costume change, bud.
Awesome. All right.
So yeah, thank you everybody for liking the stream. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're enjoying. We do get up to this kind of craziness on a regular, not dressing up quite so well, you know, Kurt does, but yeah. We do have some random stuff on this stream for sure. Ooh, like that one.
This is what happens when I look at my game week score. My eyes bleed. You know? When I look at my rank, this is what happens. My eyes start bleeding.
Oh, okay. Moving on. At Blades Attack says there's 2 transfers this week. Trent, Podence, Mahrez, and Wilson causing concern for him. Would you get rid of any of them? And don't worry about for who. So, Kurt, who would you get rid of, if any, out of those guys for Brian? Good old Brian. Hope he's in the chat tonight.
On a scale of Trent to Alexander-Arnold, can you guess which one I'm going to target? The diabolical state of Liverpool Football Club. I would, if it's not a Liverpool attacker, I'd get rid of it. Even if it's Liverpool attacker, if it's Firmino, you've done something wrong. If it's Mane, why not just get the extra 0.5 or whatever it is to get Salah? Or 1 million.
Yeah.
I would not be on
Mane has good underlying stats though. And he has been scoring points.
He does.
As well.
8 big chances, the most of any player. Joint top for big chances.
Wow.
2 more than Salah.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree about defence. Like, we're literally hoping for a tap in return because they're not getting clean sheet. But yeah, I wouldn't completely ignore Mane, but I think Salah, just with the penalties, and he is looking as good as he is, I think it's hard to ignore if you're only picking one of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the other thing is that I always end up ignoring it. But I'm trying to go more to it this season. You can't ignore form. And at the moment, Salah's got 6 goals in the first 6 Premier League games with an extra assist. Mane's got good underlying stats, but if someone's in a good run of form, it doesn't matter where the goals are going to come from, they will just end up on a plate and they will end up happening. And somehow it will end up working for him. Yeah, Trent, I would absolutely get rid of. Liverpool defence has been shambolic. Fortunately, it's going to get a bit better because they haven't got Dopey in goal anymore. Alisson's apparently returning. So
didn't he play? I think he played in the
he played in the Champions League. Yeah, he played.
I don't pay any attention to the Champions League, so that comes.
But they've lost Fabinho, so they've now got. I don't know what they're going to do with their defence.
That's exactly why I'd get rid of it because
James Milner,
made good
he can do a job anyway.
But
it's fine.
why did Liverpool not sign another centre back? They have 2 centre backs that were, they want, 2 centre backs that I'd say were really good, capable of starting in a Premier League winners team. Matip, maybe I'd rank slightly lower than Gomez. You want Gomez to play a bit more this season, but still good enough to do a job. You've got 2 of those 3 out. Van Dijk out for potentially the season after he was assaulted by Jordan Pickford. And then you've also got Fabinho, who's the only cover they've got, gone. So now you've got a youngster potentially coming in.
Matip is slightly more reliable than Gomez.
I agree with you.
I agree as well.
I just if I'm putting him in rank, I'd put Matip above Gomez.
I would normally have Matip in front of Gomez. It's just more you want to try and build Gomez, and this is the season to do it. Well, obviously not anymore. But...
Well, no, this season anyone could win it. I don't think we'll be seeing any like the scores that Liverpool and Man City have got before. I think it'll be a lot tighter of the season. I
didn't even listen to the other 3 names. I heard the first name come out and it was Trent, and I thought, well, get Trent with Trent then.
Wilson was one. I remember Wilson.
Mahrez and Podence.
Oh, look,
keep them.
He can come again.
They're all going to hold.
He can come again.
they're all going to hold.
Raise on
at the end of the day. How much money is Trent worth at the moment? 7.4. The bloke's got 1 assist and 1 clean sheet. That's it. He's got a -1 in that 7-2 abomination against Villa. They've not got 1 clean sheet yet. They haven't looked like getting a clean sheet yet. I'd be off them. I'd be absolutely going nowhere near. And it's not as if the fixtures look good. West Ham at home, that's not going to be a clean sheet. West Ham are in really good form.
I can't believe we're actually in a world where we're talking about West Ham so positively.
Deservedly so, man.
They're playing well. Man City away after that, they could... Well, Man City don't look in good form, but without a centre-back, they could get ripped apart. Leicester at home, Brighton away, should be the first clean sheet, but you never know. Wolves at home. I mean, I don't look at any of those games and feel confident in Liverpool defenders. Yeah. And it's not as if he's got... you're looking at Trent and thinking, oh, yeah, to be fair, though, he's got 4 assists so far this season. He's got 1. Underlying stats or not, the bloke's not in form, the defence isn't in form, and I wouldn't be looking at Liverpool defenders with any sort of glee. I'd be getting rid of them. Well, I did have Trent, and he's gone. Money where my mouth is.
Okay. Anybody else want to help Brian out there? What
I say he can get rid of all of them?
Yeah, if you want to. He's only got 2 transfers, though, so, you'd have to take a significant hit
for
that one.
Podence still has the fixtures for a little bit. Mahrez... Right now, I don't know what to think of City. And as far as Wilson's concerned, just Newcastle aren't the attacking threat that I'd want as a team when you've got the potential of like Bamford out there, Ollie Watkins. I just think there's better options than Callum Wilson. So, and I can't disagree with anything Kurt said about Trent. I know I'm going to keep him, but I can't disagree.
I think... Oh, sorry.
No, it's fair.
Go on, Ray.
No, go for it. Interrupt us. We don't mind. It's all good.
I'd probably look at definitely taking out Podence because I think with Neto seeming a little more reliable, and I think Traore will get back into the team. Yeah, Jono, you can turn around if you want.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm giving you my full attention.
And one thing about Traore as well is last season he was incredible playing as a front 2, especially against Man City. And if they adopt a 3-5-2 again, I could actually see Podence actually getting dropped from that team. And I do feel Traore will eventually get back into the team again at the behest of Podence. So I would definitely look to probably bring out Podence. And I'm assuming he probably has Salah or Mane already. But I'd probably make the 1 transfer, take out Podence and let 1 roll. Because I think Mahrez will get a lot of game time at the moment, especially with Aguero pulling out again. And I think Foden might be, you don't want to completely burn him out. And Wilson is kind of the talisman. So, yeah, I'd do Podence to roll the transfer personally.
I agree with Ray, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I can understand why people are getting off Alexander-Arnold, because he can't always be the nearly man every week for the price we're paying. But the only reason I could justify it this week is if you were going to make a big upgrade elsewhere. But I'm going to hold him for this week for sure. With Mahrez, I'd probably hold him for the Sheffield United game. They're one of only 2 teams to yet to keep a clean sheet, just Sheffield United and Fulham, so good chance of goals there. And Wilson, I would hold him for Everton as well, I think, just because they might have some big players out, Coleman and Digne as well. And Wilson has a good record against Everton from my memory, so I'd probably keep him for that one. And Podence would be the one I'd probably get rid of.
I just have to laugh that Jay has to lift his mouse to take a drink.
Oh, they don't see that. I keep holding myself before I do that.
Okay, I'll see. It's suspense.
Only you guys
I
get
love
to
it.
see my face today.
Okay. That's a beautiful
In a
thing.
circle.
Beautiful thing. In a circle. Okay, we've got 2 more likes before Brett changes his outfit again, peeps. So keep it coming.
Why am I 1 like lower than everyone else? Never mind. It
I was
doesn't
on
matter.
32.
Oh,
I see
1 more
32.
now.
Oh,
One
now I
more
see
now.
33.
I see 34.
Yeah,
Yeah.
34
I see
here.
34.
I see 70.
I see dead people. Sorry, wrong show.
Okay, we do worry
Okay.
about you sometimes.
Well, I do have a lot of funny dreams, so I'm not surprised. Okay, Nuclear Atoms asks, should I get Foden in if I have the squad depth to cover him even when he misses out a game? Brett, what do you think? Should he get Foden in?
Who asked this question then?
Nuclear Atoms.
Who
Hey,
subscribed
man.
today?
Yeah. Thanks,
think-
Nuclear buddy.
I think he posted his team, didn't he, along with the question on
has.
Twitter.
He has,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my memory, because I haven't got it on the screen now, but his midfield was already packed with great players.
It's
Mm.
unbelievable.
So
It's
I was
an
thinking,
unbelievable
how is
team.
he? I was thinking, how is he going to get Foden in anyway? Because he's already got a really strong. I think he had Rashford in there and Son and Salah maybe.
Yeah.
Could I read out for you, Brett?
Yeah, that'd be great, mate.
So
God,
his
this guy, you come on
I
and he's
know.
professional. Like
I'm telling
he's-
you, he wants.
He's been streaming 47 minutes and he's like, yeah, I got it ready for you
He
guys.
already told me he wants to be the next Wildcat, and I'm telling you what, his audition, RQ, your audition's
Smashing it.
going well, my friend. It's going well.
Thank
my
you,
friend.
thank you. Checks in the mail, guys. Checks in the mail. So, Brett, he's got. I don't know how you're going to fit this in because I'm looking at it now and I'm just like, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's got Grealish, Salah, Fernandez, Pulisic, and Son.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay, that's
I'd be
pretty-
interested to
It's
see who
absolutely
he's thinking
stacked.
to.
That is stacked, isn't it?
It's
I mean, he's in the chat now, so Nuclear, maybe you can tell us who you were actually thinking to downgrade to Foden.
Yeah.
well, he put the dislike for Merrill, so maybe we shouldn't answer his
he
question.
said he didn't. He said
He
he
didn't.
questioned it, but he said he didn't.
Joking.
Oh, Brett, it's costume change time, my friend.
Okay, I'll do this one quick because I've got the
35.
Foden thing. Let's just try this one. I don't know what this is going to be like.
Whoa,
Right, there we
what
go.
on earth is that?
That is pretty creepy. It's like I'm made of sweets or something. Oh, someone's tipped a sweet jar on my head and all the sweets are on my face.
Yummy.
They're very sticky, yeah. So with Foden, I put him in the point predictor this week because I think Foden is playing really well. His stats for midfielders below 8 million, like the budget midfielder category, is really good for shots inside the box, that kind of thing. Despite playing less minutes than the likes of Grealish and Zaha, so his stats are right up there. I think the last couple of games, he came off the bench in their last game against West Ham, made a big impact there, got the goal. He was voted fans man of the match in the Champions League game against Marseille. So we had a really good game there. Him and De Bruyne is back in the team playing well as well. So I really like Foden for this week away to Sheffield United. However, because they've got Liverpool and Spurs in the following 2 games, I'm just not sure I would buy him now. So I've already got him. So I think if you've got him, it's great. I'm just not sure if I would bring him in this week, just because they do have Liverpool and Tottenham. And look,
Nuclear is in the chat.
I think he's just after City coverage.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have
Yeah,
City in
I
his
think
squad,
they're
and
taking out
I can
Pulisic.
understand that.
Pulisic is the one who's looking to get rid of.
Yeah.
Foden.
Pulisic has just come back as well in their fixtures
Yeah, he
against
looks so
Burnley,
good,
Sheffield United,
doesn't
and
he?
Newcastle. Yeah,
Mm.
and for me, I think everyone's almost fixture proof now with how defenses are. Rightly, like Kurt said earlier as well, like no one can be trusted. So I think Pulisic is going to play his way back into form. So potentially, maybe Grealish, but I don't know. I think he just wants City coverage. So I'd probably wait until after the Tottenham game
I
because
think
they
I
got
would-
Burnley and Fulham at home, and then West Brom after Man U. So.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea's fixtures and the next 3 do look nice, One of the reasons I was thinking to get Chilwell in. And I know Pulisic, for the guys that got him like 2 game weeks ago, has been frustrating because he hasn't returned. But maybe it'll just take a little bit for him to get going. And once he does, I expect him to be a good option. With Ziyech maybe coming back in as well, that might help him. I think with Pulisic, like someone else asked about him in the chat, and I think he is missing Giroud in the team, just like Hazard used to play so well when Giroud was in the team. He
Hold up the ball, play him in.
Giroud is such a good link man. I think the the little wingers like Pulisic and Hazard love playing with Giroud, a player like him that brings them into play. But I just don't know if I'd sell Pulisic this week now for Foden, just because it's Liverpool and Spurs after that, which granted aren't defending well, but I think you can hold with that midfield, man. I just, if you're feeling it, obviously go for it. And I've got Foden too, but I think Pulisic's all right for this week.
Yeah. Anything to check in with that, Kurt? Sorry, I waited till you took a big mouthful of food there, didn't I?
Well, pretty much everything's been mentioned.
He's eating his dinner, folks. What you got tonight, Kurt?
McDonald's.
Want some sweets?
Oh, nice. do you want to lick a Brett's face? Only 4 more lights before Brett can change
Anything
his
you like on my face
outfit
here?
again.
I've got some.
What have you got there, buddy?
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know,
feeling
yellow and
squirrely-ish.
orange ones.
What,
I've got
anything you like on my face?
got some lollies for ears here.
Lollies for ears. Will you be
yeah.
able to hear us shouting at you, you know, when your players do terrible?
That's why I put them in. I'm tired of listening. I just stick them in my ears.
You don't have to pay any attention then. Okay, cool. At Lord Atrixia would like to know, I thought that was a great name. I wonder at what point you all think is a good time to move a player on. Lord Atrixia finds himself making justifications for keeping players, convincing himself they'll eventually come good. Jay with Trent. Pulisic is his. At what point should you cut your losses? So, Kurt, what
By
point?
the way, can I just say, don't ask me because I've still got Werner as well. So,
Yeah, but Werner's got a couple of returns.
Yeah, he started
in
going
one
good.
game week, pretty much.
Yeah. Kurt, buddy. How long? I mean, considering you're taking hits for fun at the moment, I'm guessing your patience is about as good as mine. But, you know, what are your justifications for keeping players?
It's not that I've got no patience. I mean, I've had patience with a few players. It's just when I see an opportunity to get someone out, they go. I mean, I so many times in previous seasons, I mean, everyone can say it. They're wanting to get this player and they want to get that player in, but they're a -4 or -8 away, and they think, I can't do that. Can't do that. Whereas if you'd have gone for it, oh, there you go. You've got who you want. The players are starting to really look good in your team. I've had patience with players. I've kept players this season. I mean, well, Bruno Fernandes is a decent opportunity to show that. Comes in, 2 points. Could have easily gone. All right. I thought, that's all right. It'll come good. I trust in Man United, and he's done all right. I'm pretty sure I had Dino from early on, and he's done all right. So it's not about patience. It's about if you see an opportunity to get a better player in or improve your team, I'd go for it. I've got no problems with going for it. Well, quite clearly, I'm on at -16 now. Well, more. I've took a minus on every game week, barring the first one, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Can't just because you can't take a -4 on the first one, probably.
If
you had
he tried. He tried, but the computer said no.
As well,
He used his wild card as well.
Yeah, use my wild card as well.
Yeah, to be fair, this would possibly be my first week of rolling as well, so he's not the only one. Yeah, I mean, I'm not great at keeping players. I'm not. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Son, I've sold him for both times Lee Hall. So, my justification for keeping players is usually not very much of a justification. It's like, oh, they've done rubbish, get them out, yeah, there's only, I guess, yeah, I'm not the right person to ask about this. Maybe move on, because I don't have the patience very much for players. So, yeah.
I mean, Ray, you had Mitrovic and you've sold him before West Brom, so you've obviously moved earlier than some people would now with that fixture coming up. So what made you move on him before that fixture? Was that not like a worry of yours?
Well, I had the 2 transfers, and it was a systematic move because I thought to myself, if I'm going to make the move, Kane's going to captain. Kane has to captain for it to be worth it.
For Kane to come in, makes sense.
It just has to be. And also I was kind of losing value as well a little bit because to take out Trent and Mitrovic for Cody and Kane, I only held 0.1 after that, after having about 2.8 in the bank. So it was a lot based on frustration. Like usually FPL, because I play a lot of different fantasy, like the Sun and all that, and I'm a little more patient. But when it came to FPL last year, I took hits for fun. And this season, I thought to myself that no, let me be more patient. But I usually give it maybe 3 or 4 games if they pass the eye test. I do like underlying stats as well, but at the end of the day, if they're missing every single shot, you know, like Che Adams for me, maybe they're just not good finishers. So I do think he'll score against West Brom, but I feel Kane will compensate for the miss I have there. That's my personal feeling. So yeah, I could see Mitrovic getting a goal, but I can see Kane hauling with assists and goals. So, yeah. And if I can add one more thing, I think I kind of went crazy earlier with my Salah pick. If I could take that back, I'll say that, because I think I just went crazy because I didn't have the questions up or anything like that. But I'll go with Zaha as my trick, please.
Okay.
Just so I don't get abused.
I would take that.
I think he's the biggest tease out of everyone, even though he's playing up front now. Even though Crystal Palace kind of have the left with Eze and I think Van Aanholt and Schlupp, I think Zaha is the biggest trick in all of FPL.
Okay.
I hope you're right with that one, because I always get a little bit tempted, but I try and stay clear.
I got destroyed last year with him. Last season I had him, and you know when he had that run of 7 great fixtures,
I'm still waiting for
I think he got 1 goal.
He keeps returning.
Yeah.
No,
because
and you all laughed at me a
well.
couple of weeks ago when I said to get him in. I remember Kurt being like, Zaha, like literally, like taking the mickey out of me.
Grealish Rodriguez. It's like, really? Are you discussing this? But yeah, he keeps
frightening stuff.
Well, he's playing as like the shadow striker, isn't he? He can kind of roam wherever he wants.
They had 1 shot against Brighton, and it was a penalty. And then Fulham, was it Fulham they played? They had 10 shots.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm hoping it's just consistent. Because it was Fulham.
I'm hoping that as well. I'm praying.
So in the hand movements.
That and opponent's return,
I thought the same, because you know, when he started the season well, he got a goal in game week 1, 2 in game week 2. And I still thought to myself, you know what, this won't last. I never trust Zaha to continue his form. But for him to already outscore his tally, like he's got 5 goals already, he got 4 goals the entirety of last season. So that already says that maybe he's not the troll that he was last season. Maybe he is back to being at his best.
I agree with you, because I think, you know, last year he really did play like in a 4-3-3, or if they played 4-4-2, he was on the left. It's a bit like what I mentioned with St. Maximin. It's just been very much shackled in a position. But this year, he's never been on the left. He's literally been up front or played as a 10, just doing whatever he wants. And potentially, if he stays in that position, he could really haul. But I think just through history, for me, he's still a tease. You know, a bit like what Jono said, is that, you know, he had his 1 shot and it was a penalty. You know, so.
Yeah, he's like a favourite amongst the people that aren't on Twitter. So a lot of my friends in my mini leagues have got Zaha, and that's really frustrating. And you look at his fixtures, and on paper there's a lot of greens there, but I'm hoping Wolves away, very tough fixture for him. Leeds at home, you know, Leeds are right at it at the moment, and then Burnley away. So even though the FDR says grey, green, green, I'm hoping those 3 keep him quiet.
And Burnley look back a bit, don't they? Burnley look solid again.
They do, mate. Yeah, for sure. So I'm hoping I can just stay off Zaha for now and get away with
it. Okay, then. So
can I just say quickly, I'm getting hungry looking at Brett. So can we please get some more likes?
Yeah, I was going to say, they seem to like your sweet face, Brett.
We're 3 short.
We need 3 likes. 3 likes, people. We can get a new one. We can trade him in for a new one.
I'll eye up some new ones now.
Getting a bit sticky now. A bit, you know, like we've had him around too long.
Getting sticky under this mask. Commitment.
Moving on quickly. So we need some quick fire questions then, please, Brett, if you're good with that.
Cool.
And then we will head on over to the Jeffers corner question. But thanks everyone for joining us this evening. You know, it's been a lot of fun, and we tend to, if you're new to the channel, we tend to
always dress like this.
you know,
always. This is how we always look.
Yeah. we tend to have a bit more fun with FPL over here on the FPL Wildcats.
So
trying to impart some advice.
Sorry, Nim, just quickly. So last time when we did this, whenever we do quickfire, I always feel bad interrupting people, so then it can drag on. So I'm going to set a 45-second countdown, and then when the alarm goes, instead of me saying like you have to stop, just try and stop at the alarm. Basically, that's your cue to stop.
Right.
All right. So
have all of us liked the stream because we're just one away now? I have.
Yeah, I have.
Cool. Right. Okay.
No.
Oh, Jay, you're the one who was complaining about his face.
Do I look like the kind of person that likes streams?
I can't tell.
Yeah, we can't see your concentration face tonight. We don't know if something goes wrong with the stream. I can't read him tonight to cover, and that's why the opening was such a shambles, because I couldn't see his concentration face. There we go, Brett. You're free. Go for it, buddy.
All right.
Switch things up, my friend.
Let's see what we've got.
Thank you ever so much, everybody.
What about this one?
Brilliant, guys.
What are we thinking of that?
Yeah.
Any good? That one or got this one?
It's a little bit similar, like the tears earlier.
Oh, let's go this one because this one's a bit different.
Let's go yes.
Mad Scientist, love it.
Love that.
Right. Okay then.
Cool.
So we'll go around the other direction this time.
It works for the quick fire, I think. You know, or the.
Why is everyone saying I look like this anyway? Like, I've seen that a bunch of times.
I just love how you're all muffled when you speak. That's what makes me giggle.
Yeah,
wait, John, are you wearing a mask?
Anyway.
John, are you wearing a mask? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I just turned up in my hoodie. I was like, what? I'm not dressing up.
Cool.
Right, let's get some questions going.
Let's get it started.
Right, so we'll start with Jones Bloke 79. I'll throw this one to Nim. So he's got 2 free transfers. Should he remove Robertson and DCL to get Kane in with these transfers? Obviously, he's without Kane. And,
No, I mean, Kane is frightening, but I think with Robson and DCL, you're getting 2 players for the price of 1 there. And whilst I think Everton are looking a bit of a concern at the moment with certain players injured, and obviously Liverpool's defence looking a little bit dodgy, I can see why you would want to make those transfers. But for me, you know, Robson still has those attacking threats in him. I have him in my team. I have DCL in my team. Yes, I do have the luxury of Kane, but if you're really frightened about Kane, I would try and find another way if I was you, because I just, those 2, they're so high, especially DCL, so highly owned that if he does do something, then I'm not sure the trade-off will be worth it. Yeah.
Good job, Nim. Yeah, I agree with that, to be fair. Okay, we'll go to Ray on this one. So it's from Michael Svedin. Hey man, he says Che Adams or Patrick Bamford. Any thoughts on those 2, Ray?
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah, both in form, aren't they? Both good.
They really are. I think I would go Che Adams because underlying stats-wise, he is doing better than Ings. And also now that he's got his goals, I think he's got his confidence. And when you look at Villa away, Newcastle at home, Wolves away, even Man United at home, Brighton away, Sheffield United at home, Arsenal away, I do think he'll get his opportunities. And Southampton do create chances. It's close, but I'd just put him over Bamford. I mean, it's really close, but just Che Adams by a smidgen.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Right, we'll go to Kurt for the next one.
I feel like Kurt may have cursed himself to a definite red arrow this week with the amount of time he spent underneath it now. I want the Pokemon back.
Right. Okay, so Kurt, this is from Rishi Patel.
Yay!
It's a question about James Rodriguez, who may or may not be injured. He wants to know, he's thinking to move James Rodriguez to Rashford. He won't lose value on him because he bought Rodriguez at 7.9. What do you think about getting on the United trainer, Kurt? What do you think about that?
I would do it. I mean, I've kept Fernandes because at the end of the day, when Man United come good, and they will come good, again, like Liverpool, ignoring the defence with Man United, don't consider the defence. When they come good, goodness me, they've got the potential of tearing the house down. And I genuinely think Rashford, Fernandes and co can. Arsenal at home, Everton away, West Brom at home. I think they're games that they can get goals in. So I'd get Rashford personally.
We've got 10 seconds. Anyone disagree, or would they go for Rashford?
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, I think there's massive hauls coming now for Rashford.
There's a lot of positivity around him as well, and I think I'll stop.
It's inspiring him, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he's ruled out, it's a no-brainer. I really like Rashford as an option, and with West Brom coming up soon as well, it's a nice reason to hold him. So, right, okay, we'll go to Jay next. So this one is from Evan Chowdhury.
I'm sorry, Brett, just before you say that, FPL Focus with the breaking news, Mikel Antonio ruled out for 4 weeks. I repeat, he's ruled out for 4 weeks, apparently.
Wow.
Wowzers.
That's positive for Trent holders.
When he was injured. And ex-West Ham employee on Twitter has been posting about it for quite a while, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I read it. I think that he might have been fit for this game.
Yeah,
so
and then it got removed.
Yeah,
but then it got removed within an hour.
An ex-West Ham employee basically immediately replied to that, basically saying no, that's wrong.
Okay. Oh wow. Well, that does improve the chance of a clean sheet for Liverpool, I think, because I was really worried about
West Ham options without Antonio either. I don't think they have anyone to lead the line that offers the same as Antonio. I think he creates space because he does drift out wide. And that gives space to the likes of Bowen or Niles. And I think without that, I'll still watch the games, wait and see, but I think that's a real blow for West Ham.
It's that energy and the positivity that he brings too, just the whole package, really.
Damn it.
Well, this leads well into the next question, I guess, Jay, because it is about West Ham. So the question was from Evan Chowdhury. He says, who is going to be more nailed now for West Ham between Fredericks and Kufal? So I guess he's maybe eyeing up Kufal as a cheaper option into this defence, but is he nailed with Fredericks lurking?
I mean, my gut feeling is he is. I feel like there's a couple of defenders that I don't feel like off of their current performances could really be dropped. And I think Kufal has come in and done a great job. I think Cresswell is also up there. I think he has to be considered as an option. I know he's a bit more expensive, but I can't see Fredericks right now coming in unless they're going to rotate in any way. And there isn't much need for that for a side like West Ham. So I like the looks of Kufal. I didn't recommend him in my video just because he's not played as many minutes as some other players. But yeah, I like Kufal.
Yeah, he hasn't done much wrong, has he, to be fair. So okay. So Mustafa Hassan, I'll try and take this one. Mustafa Hassan says, do you think people would have still gone for Grealish the way he has if he didn't perform well against Liverpool? That was his only good scoring week, I guess. I think, obviously, the Liverpool fixture was obviously an outlier. To get 24 points, it's always hard to ignore. A bit like Bamford getting a hat-trick now. It's like, oh my God, I have to get Bamford in. It's very easy to have hindsight and then go for those players. But even without that, he wouldn't be as highly owned for sure. But because their fixtures are so good, and because he is still in form despite not returning, I still think he would be a popular option. He wouldn't be at 25% ownership, but I would still be considering him now. I was before he got the haul against Liverpool. If anything, I was hoping he wouldn't bang against the likes of Liverpool because of the fixtures they had coming up after that. So if I had Grealish now, I would still be happy with him personally. I know he's blanked in the last 2. But his performances have been good and very unlucky not to score more points in the last game. A chance.
Can we get Nim's opinion on it? Because I feel like Nim is less positive about. I might be wrong, but I feel like Nim's a little bit less positive about Grealish, and I agree with Brett. I think it's coming. The points are coming. He's looked good.
Yeah. Go on, Nim. I mean, you've got him. It's easy for me to say because I haven't, and I still want to get him. But what do you think, Nim?
I think it's probably just my own kind of curse player bias stepping in, that certain players seem to just do fine for me when I get them in, i.e. Calvert-Lewin, Kane, etc. But Grealish is one of those players that doesn't tend to really do very well for me, and since I've had him in, he hasn't done very well for me, and I know I don't have that kind of power over a player. He does look promising every week, I will give you guys that.
You're
and
forgetting your vice captain there. You do have that kind of power.
I do, that's true. Maybe I should put it on Grealish this week. So I think that he does look promising, and he's a bit like Mitrovic, where, he looks like he has the chances most weeks. I'm certainly not in any rush to get him out. So if that helps, I will stick with him. And that patience thing we were kind of talking about earlier, that I should have more of.
By the way, just before we get on to the next one, there's some puns in the chat. We've got Halloween, which I quite like. We've got Jack Grealish.
Nice.
So nice. Keep them coming.
Keep these player names going.
I saw Focus make a video about that actually, and I did laugh at Jack.
I love Focus's video with all the puns.
Yeah, I got a couple of player names in. I think I had Blood Curdling Kane in my one.
Could I add something about Grealish?
Yeah, of course you can, buddy.
Yeah.
As long as it's positive.
Yeah. I think this season as well, Aston Villa are playing a bit more expansive football, and Grealish has a bit more license to express himself offensively, because I think also with McGinn coming back and kind of dropping in a bit more defensively, and with the likes of Barkley and Watkins having that pace, having that direct power, and also I think Konsa and Martinez have really offered a lot at the back in regards to mental fortitude and trust. I feel like Grealish is a lot more. I think he's really going to do well this season, and I agree with Brett. Actually, I was watching him before the Liverpool game, Brett, and he looked good. The positions he was taking up, a lot more offensive, not as much, helter skelter, going back, going forward, going back, going forward. He's now very much in the periphery of attack, so I think he's going to be a really good option this season.
Yeah, I think what really drew me to him and Villa players was because, like, with some teams you get a string of like 2 or 3 good fixtures, then a couple of theirs was so long until Christmas. I just thought, you know what, at least with Grealish, I can just bring him in and just forget about him, just leave him there, not overthink it, and over the next 10 game weeks he should return well. That was my thoughts, and that's why I still kind of want him, because it's just another headache gone for me, because he's good value, and until game week 15 the fixtures are just so good. It's bound to pay off over the long run, but that was my thinking anyway. So I would just be holding him all that time for 7 million, But look, I haven't got him yet. Maybe like Nim's saying, it's always easier to get pessimistic when you have the players and they don't return,
Yeah.
Whereas I don't have him, I want to get him still.
It felt like he stopped returning the second I bought him, and that's kind of the kind of annoying bit. But I don't feel at the moment like he's an issue to move on. I am keen to keep him a while longer yet. So
that chance isn't cleared off the line. You wouldn't even be having these thoughts.
No,
Agreed.
True.
2 big chances.
True. So I mean, I'm not as downbeat as what Jay's suggesting I am on him. It just feels like, since I bought him, he was that god, and then he like literally no matter what he tries, he just can't seem to score. It just feels like Che all over again. When I had Che, he wouldn't do it, like literally had chance after chance after chance, and then didn't return any of them. And then the second I sold him, now like he's an absolute god again. So it's like
the lesson is don't sell, just hold him and see what happens.
Literally did that what if earlier on in the week, and I would be 50 points better off had I have left my team from game week 1.
I'm not touching that website. Unless you guys tell me to do it on the stream, I'm not going anywhere near that website.
Oh, well, there you go, peeps. Now you know. Now you know what to do.
100 likes and I might go near that. I'm going to have to make a phone call, but I'll still be here. I'll still make sure the stream is working.
Okay, no worries, buddy. Cool. Okay.
All right, we'll move on to another question then. Also, James asked, we've got another pun, Ben Chillbrains.
Love that.
Wilfried Zaha, your face off.
Wilfried.
There's some pretty interesting ones there. Okay, so we'll go to Glenn Knightley. Hey, Glenn, what's going on, man? Make sure everyone to check out his channel, Glenn Knightley,
Everything Arsenal. Yep.
He was also on Nim's stream earlier.
Yep.
So his question is, I'll throw this one to you, Nim. We'll go back round. He's got 2 free transfers this week, but there's nothing he's keen on changing. So instead of burning a transfer, is it worth bringing in Chilwell for Reguilon of Spurs?
That's not what he told me earlier. No, I'm joking. Yeah. I think the thing is, I quite like the look of Reguilon. I think he looks very good, but I know that Glenn is a little bit worried about rotation. He doesn't like any players that have any real kind of possibility for rotation. So I think Chilwell is probably a safer option for him. If he's a bit nervous, I think Reguilon, you know, I'm hoping it was just a rest for him because he looked so attacking. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be keen to move him on, you know, if I had other fires put out, because with Jose he could play one week and not play another. But I think seeing as he has the 2 then, and he likes somebody that he feels a little bit safer with, I think you can't really go wrong with a Chilwell or a Zuma at the moment. So yeah, that's what I would say again. And thank you for having me on your channel earlier, and thank you for coming on my channel earlier.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, Glenn.
Yes.
Right, we'll go to you. Was it Ray next, I think? So Ray from Mustafa Hassan. So he's thinking James Rodriguez and DCL out. You know, I'm guessing. He says James, so he could mean Reece James.
Okay.
He says James and DCL out. Question mark. Perfect replacement for them within the same price range. Already have Grealish and Zaha. So we're looking at like a midfielder around 7.5 million. Why don't we start there, Ray? Any midfielders around that price other than Grealish and Zaha that you like?
I do actually like the look of Barnes.
Really?
Because I was.
Don't say that. I not long sold him.
No, I was.
Is that why you like the look of him? Ray's just looking at my team going, who did Nim sell recently? Yes, them. Buy them.
Who is she not captain recently? But unfortunately.
And Mustafa said James Rodriguez.
Yeah, so he was talking about James Rodriguez.
Right. Yeah. So I do actually like the look of Harvey Barnes. I do feel Leicester, unfortunately, against us, they looked dangerous when they were coming forward. I think the fixtures are also swinging nicely. Away to Leeds, home to Wolves, away to Liverpool. And then after that, they have actually quite a nice one of fixtures.
Yeah, it's after those. I like the fixtures after those. It's whether I can hold them for 3 more game weeks is my worry with Barnes.
And Vardy's back now, and he looks good, doesn't he? He scored tonight. He does. So.
And also, Greenwood looked excellent yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greenwood will become a pick soon, I think.
And I do agree with what Kurt said, is that I think Man U are waiting to just be explosive now. I mean, even Pogba was brilliant as well yesterday as well. So I'd probably, I'll go Greenwood. I think Greenwood's a good differential pick, I think. And there was one more player, he said? Sorry.
Yeah, so basically it's James and DCL out. So he's basically asking, should I get off Everton assets ASAP, despite them only blanking, just once? Really.
No, so, I'd definitely keep one. Keep one. Because if they do, when they do score, one of those two are always involved. And without the Richarlison, James Rodriguez actually comes a bit more advanced, because I think Iwobi kind of pushes and supports the defense a bit more. He's usually the one replacing Richarlison. So I'd definitely keep one. Absolutely. Probably DCL personally.
Awesome. Thank you, mate.
I'm back.
Okay. Awesome. AJ.
Who said that? Who said that? What? Sorry.
I am back. By the way.
Sorry. What? Sorry. Who?
All right, I'll go.
You've been replaced.
I mean, if you're offering to replace me, just understand how much work you're taking.
He does put in a lot of work, Ray. He really does, my friend.
Yeah, far away.
Kurt, have you got Lamptey at the moment?
No.
I might throw this question to Jay then, because he's got Lamptey. It's about Lamptey. So Jones Bloke 79 says best replacement for Lamptey at the same price and under, not Aston Villa.
Okay, I think I saw this one. So
you've been thinking about this yourself, haven't you?
Yes.
I think you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So the issue I have with Lamptey, trying to put it briefly, is I don't think Brighton, despite their good underlying stats defensively, are capable of keeping clean sheets. I think they switch off too much. I think they're capable of mistakes and lapses in judgment, and then teams take advantage of it.
Lewis Dunk suspended as well at the moment.
But that's not great either. But
no.
I think they've got so many centre backs that I don't think that necessarily hurts them. But Lamptey's great attacking wise, but then Brighton don't seem great attacking wise as a whole team. So I actually really wish I hadn't got off Kyle Walker-Peters, because Southampton now look decent defensively. He does offer some attacking threat.
Yeah.
But then they also have that defensive ability. And I think what happens with Southampton is they lose by a lot and then they sort their defence out.
Yeah.
So I wish I hadn't jumped off. But I look
same.
at Kyle Walker-Peters because I like Martinez over McCarthy. So Kyle Walker-Peters is
Yeah.
I'd look at.
Awesome.
I
That's
agree
great.
there.
Thank you,
I
mate.
absolutely agree because I'm thinking the same myself. So
Cool. Okay. So I'll throw this one to Kurt. We did talk about Pulisic a bit earlier, but I don't think Kurt got his say anyway. So John Rees-Williams, hey man, he wants to know, do we expect Pulisic to become essential at some point in the near future once he's fit? He was phenomenal for the last few weeks of last season, during the project restart. So what do we think, Kurt, on Pulisic?
Not too turned on by him just because Chelsea have bought well. Chelsea have bought well in the market. Whereas you looked before, you looked at that attacking lineup, there wasn't any real stars. Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, Pulisic. There's quite a sort of a plethora of attacking options, and the only positive is that Lampard's teams look like they attack and do a bit more attacking, and then when it comes to defending, think sod it, we'll just hopefully get through this bit and attack even more. But for me, no, I'm not really too fussed.
What you're saying is because they've got such a plethora of attacking options now, he's no longer like the talisman.
Yeah, whereas I've got to quickly finish. Whereas you look at someone like Tottenham, you think Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, 60 minutes. There's not really much to come on if Bale's on the other side as well. Whereas Pulisic, if you get 60 minutes, there could be Havertz on the bench, Ziyech on the bench. There could be, Hudson-Odoi if he gets fit. So there's too many options for me.
Yeah, I feel for the people that did buy him because I think he was a good pick, an exciting one. But it does look like if we haven't got him now, it's a bit of a wait and see at the moment, isn't it? If you haven't got him already.
yeah.
Cool. I think that's one of them.
Cool. I had one here from James S. He says, Nim, are Arsenal a busted flush already this season? We've got three Arsenal fans here, James. So difficult one that.
So me and Kurt will go, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, you guys are just going to say yes or anyway, aren't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Kurt,
What?
go on, buddy.
I thought they were a busted flesh last season. I remember saying it in a stream that I said I'd give Arteta a transfer window, but I wasn't too impressed by him.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't look like he doesn't know how to manage a team. He's a good number 2, but similar to Mike Phelan, I think, in the end, you want someone like Mike Phelan behind you as your assistant. But Mikel Arteta is struggling.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Yeah, I think you're off a bit there, buddy. Off a bit
I
there.
don't think he's totally off, but I think he's just...
You give most other managers in the division...
He's managed to get us how many cups now since he's been with us?
You give most other managers in the division an attack with Lacazette and Aubameyang, they're going to get you goals. Why is that attack not getting him goals? Why has that man decided to not pick Ozil? There's big questions that he's failed to answer yet. And until he answers them, I won't be impressed by him. So Arsenal needs to perform. If they don't perform...
The Ozil situation is a weird one.
I mean, a lot of managers haven't picked Ozil, so I don't think you can necessarily pin that on Arteta.
It's not just that one thing, though. There's so much I think Arsenal are struggling with. currently.
Yeah, but there's a lot that they're getting right as well. I feel like defensively they're so much better than they used to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to take time, but I think unfortunately as FPL managers we don't have that time. So that's why I don't like Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah. Well, Jay's done all the fighting for us Arsenal managers anyway.
I know, I do. I think Arsenal are a dud right now. But yeah.
I don't think Ray or Brett or myself are gonna say any different to that. Am I right there, guys?
After you, Brett.
I mean, from a fantasy perspective, they're completely off my radar. Not even. I mean, I've seen a little bit of discussion about the likes of Bellerin, who has looked okay going forward, but I mean, no clean sheets since game week 1. I just don't trust us for clean sheets, even though we're not shipping goals like we used to. I just, United away, we've got Villa, Leeds away, Wolves, Spurs away. I can see us conceding in all those games, to be honest. And it's easy to say because I'm not the manager, but I always get frustrated that Aubameyang's not being played through the middle. He's just not the same player out wide, I think he played there, in the FA Cup final and stuff, but that is just one game. And he hasn't scored for like 5 games now, it's a long spell for Aubameyang to not score.
To not get the best out of you're one of the best strikers in the league.
Yeah.
Is bad.
But at the same time, I would say there are times when I've looked at Aubameyang and he's coasted a little bit this season. Yeah, like since he signed that contract, he's been a little bit lapsy-daisy.
Coasting Aubameyang is better than Che Adams, and Che Adams has scored.
Oh yeah, I know. Saka, though, for me, still a good option if he gets played on a regular.
Saka should go to Villa.
Option. No, shut up. He's staying at Arsenal.
No, loan to Villa.
No.
I could actually pick him. Just send him to a club where I can pick Saka, because I want Saka, but I can't put him in my side.
But I want him in Arsenal. I want him to play him more regularly.
Why aren't they playing him all the time?
I don't know.
I think for the first time under Arteta, I really questioned his philosophy last week against Leicester, because after we went 1-0 down, we didn't actually have a shot.
Yeah.
And I actually agree with Brett. When he first came, I was obviously a bit apprehensive, and then when he won the FA Cup, I saw what he was starting to do. We were looking at attacking threat, but now when we play, I think we're just focusing on not conceding or not losing. That's really what I'm seeing right now. And with Aubameyang, the best way to get the best out of our best players to play him through the middle. And surely Saka's got to play on the left. That's what my thoughts are. Because if you're looking at an FPL asset, if he plays every game, I actually think asset is the best option. Saka's the best option, sorry.
Because I was so enthusiastic about him to start the season.
I had him in my team.
The value. Give me Saka.
Yeah.
I know.
But as an actual team, I think Arteta really has to unchain the shackles a bit and really let us express ourselves, because we're playing against all these teams and we're already going with a defensive mindset, I feel, when I feel we're better than that. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm loving that contouring, Brett, by the way. I see you got in a little sneaky change there. Like
I did. I got a little bit. I got trigger happy.
That contouring.
More likes and we get another complete change.
Yeah. Three more likes, actually.
There's a good question quickly, as it'll take a minute in the chat.
Go on, I'll allow it. Just this one's because it's a Halloween special.
Cool. So Nenad Bosic says, who are we captaining? You have 5 seconds to decide right now. So Nim, 5 seconds.
Salah.
Kurt.
I didn't hear the first one, sorry.
Who are you captaining? 5 seconds to decide.
Oh, Son.
Ray.
Kane.
Jay.
Son.
Yeah, I'm going Son as well, most likely.
Oh my God.
But I wouldn't be surprised if I captain Salah.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we all changed.
You can't change it now that I've just said that.
No. I will probably...
Nim, who's your vice,
I've been
Nim?
Son all week. Son's her vice. So let's go.
Kane.
Let's go.
Ray, how much you paying me? How much you paying me, Ray?
Can you put Lamptey as your vice?
No, because it'd be just my luck that Salah would be injured. Lamberty would go off injured. Haven't quite tested the vice captain doing better than the captain when the captain's actually like not playing yet. It always seems to be when the captain does something. So yeah. Okay then. So is that everything, Brett?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Okay, moving on to Jeffers' corner question then. Austin66 always asks us a question that has nothing to do with FPL whatsoever to get to know us a little bit better. We're just one away now from Brett being able to change to his last outfit. So anyone who hasn't popped us a cheeky like. Oh, there it is. There it is.
tidy.
Thank you very much. There we go.
I might just go trigger happy now for the last couple.
Yeah, just keep them coming during the Jeffers corner questions. Okay, today's question is related to films. You have been granted the task of swapping 2 film characters between films. Which characters do you swap and why? So Jeffers would be Jack Sparrow and Darth Vader. What the heck is that? Is that a fish?
The pumpkin.
I don't know.
Pumpkin, it's got a stalk on the top, isn't it?
Is it a pumpkin?
I'm just having a bad hair day,
down,
all right?
Brett. Look down.
Sorry, Brett. I mean,
like a melted pumpkin.
It feels
with
like
eyeballs.
some sort of abuse in the workplace.
Can you start the question again? Because I was too busy getting excited about these bloody filters.
Okay, so it's a film question. You've been granted the task of swapping 2 film characters between films. Which characters do you swap and why? His is Jack Sparrow and Darth Vader, so he'd switch those 2 in their films. So, who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Okay, go on then, buddy.
I would like to swap Mr. Bean.
Nice.
And I don't know how many people have seen this film, but it's one of my favourites. Man on Fire, Denzel Washington.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant. Could you imagine Mr. Bean on a journey of retribution, Jay?
I mean, that's what Mr. Bean films are. He's on a journey of retribution.
Amazing.
Very true.
Amazing.
I just think it would be hilarious.
It would be quite funny.
I did initially go with Vin Diesel and Fast and Furious and just see Mr. Bean in Fast and Furious films. But
yeah, that'd be quite
him
funny.
against
Just
John
doing
Cena
his
in the
Mr.
new
Bean
film.
dance.
That might be decent.
With his little teddy bear in the passenger seat.
I'm not going to lie, I was also trying to put Goku in any film, but I think that could be quite funny as well. For the Dragon Ball Z fans out there.
Yeah. I'm one man, so I'm feeling it.
Goku in anything's good.
Hell yeah.
Oh my word. Brett, what happened to you? That's
well, I got slangs as well. Look. That's all right, isn't
it? Why do I feel that this might just become a thing most weeks now? Okay, what about you then, Ray? Who would you switch and swap, my friend?
Can I have a minute to think? So
yeah, of course you can. Absolutely,
let's
no
be
worries.
Fair. He's not used to Jeffers' questions. they come out of nowhere.
He's been a fan for long enough.
Oh, Brett is giving us Mother of Dragon vibes over there. Would you like to go next?
Sorry, Jeff. I'm always so rubbish at these.
No, sorry.
I was trying to think of someone to replace Jack on Titanic. Someone a lot more
Mr.
selfish.
Bean.
Well, that would be pretty hilarious. Yeah, like a proper love story.
Let's put Mr. Bean in anything. It's good.
Maybe the guy from 300. And then he could say this is the Titanic and then boot her off.
This is the
Titanic. King Leonidas. Yeah, King Leonidas.
Yeah, because
I'd actually enjoy the film so much more. I'd enjoy the film so much more if we just went, this is the Titanic. King.
Yeah. You just push her off the door at the end and
not this,
get on.
Just
yeah.
I've got one if that's okay.
Yeah, go on then, RQ. Give it to us, buddy.
From Rush Hour. So Lee. playing as Neo in the Matrix.
That'd be pretty cool.
I like that. I love Russell.
Yeah, because it.
So underrated.
Me too. Yeah. But just playing as Neo, it would just be so comedic, but just feats of brilliance as well. So that's what I'd go with.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's good. Kurt, what about you, buddy?
I was going to go one route and take the Mickey a bit and just switch Optimus Prime and Buzz Lightyear, just because I'd like to see what Optimus Prime would do in if he was a toy in Andy's bedroom, personally. But I thought, no, I'd go down a serious route and try and switch two of one of my favourite films and see if I could mix and match. So I'd take out Terry Jones, who played from Monty Python. I can't remember.
We've lost your ears, buddy. We've lost your ears. They've disappeared down the back of your head somewhere. There we go.
That'll do. I can't remember the name of the character, annoyingly, but the mum in Monty Python's Life of Brian. The mum of Brian, I cannot remember for the life of me what her name is. And I would switch it out with Leslie Nelson, Dr. Rumack of Airplane, just to see what sort of mischief I could have and how it would improve or really, really mess up the films.
Yeah, that would be good. I was thinking E.T. and Yoda.
Same thing, aren't they?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but just could you imagine like E.T. like just like, trying to teach the Jedi? E.T. phone home. I'll tell you. So yeah, it'd be quite. I thought that would be quite cool. Right, I love that when you just kind of looked away, then you just disappeared for a second. It was quite creepy.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, that was really good. Thanks everybody for joining us. It's been a really
Right.
it's been a really good stream, a lot of fun. Just to say massive thank you to Rey for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it, buddy.
It's been awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
No worries. I hope you feel like you've stepped into the telly a little bit for the night at least. Yeah, so I'll just pass over to Jay then to wrap up the show.
This one's quality. This is the best one. Best or last. Go on, Jay. Wrap it up, mate.
Is Jay still with us?
I
Jay?
scared him off.
Yes, he is. He's trying to play.
Oh, God, Kurt. What, Kurt? What do you have to know?
That was so
You're
good that he
breathing.
looked so still.
Yeah,
I
I
was
know,
like,
he
literally
looks
like,
so good.
don't move, don't move, don't move. And Kurt's just like, oh, he's done, so fine.
It's just
Anyway,
don't move,
guys.
don't move, don't move, and then sneeze at you.
Thank you so much for joining us. The feedback's been great. You guys have really supported the stream, so much appreciated. Although I'd have liked to have seen a few more changes of Brett's costume. So thank you guys so much for the support. Make sure to hit that like button before we go off. Make sure to subscribe so you know when the next live. And I'm just happy that I'm not going to have to wear this again on another stream unless some sort of bet is made or something. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Rey, for joining us. You were an absolute natural. And we will catch you guys next time. See you later.
That was really good.
Everyone, look at Brett's face. All right, now we are off. See you later.
That is class.
Stop.
Down to them spot.